Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at TechTrader.com. It's Wednesday, July the 19th. These are the charts of the day. Interesting day on Wall Street. Made new highs, pulled back. A little sloppy and mixed close, but a lot of stocks we followed did well. Let's take a look at about a dozen of them. Aaoi, after surging from the May's low down around $1.65, it ran into the 5.5 range, pulled back to 3.5, and then ripped to 11 and change before pulling back. Today's snapback has me thinking it's met support near the trend line of moving average and may be ready for wave number 5, which could take it to 13, even high teens. Carvana monster after hours move. Today's early action got it up into the high 50s. It pulled back and then ran to 62 plus today in the after hours near the top of the channel, and maybe overbought. That's the swing trade that we gave you in the teens. It's now fourfold. Let's see how high they can take this. My target at the top of the channel has been met today at about 62.3. DNA. Well, this biotech stock broke out, but it's at the top of the channel after moving from the $1.55 range. Today's high was $2.56. It's a low price stock that has some energy. The next target might be 3 and then 3.5. ELVA and a recent IPO, or should I say recent listing, not an IPO, they were uptick to NASDAQ. You can see the pop and wedge. And then the pullback and reversal, a big engulfing day today. From 488 to 550, finished at 550 up 40 cents. Acting great here. That's the high. I'm looking for 6 and 7 near term. HROW exploded, trading 3.8 million shares coming out of a 2.5 month falling wedge. After that destructive breakdown in May, it was in a falling wedge for quite a few weeks, but it reversed. With today's pop above 1935.50 right through here being the breakout, and then finished above the 50 and near the upper end of the range. So I'm looking out for a retest of 24 and then 28. KOPN began to pop out of the coil, but couldn't hold it and backed off to 212. I'm now looking for a move above 237 for this to really get going into the 285 and 325.30 range. Lmnd looks like an inverse head and shoulders after a long decline. Lemonade popped today for 337 at 16% and finished up near resistance. If it gets to here, I would say the next target has to be around 32.33. So watch for 29 and 33. Ribbon popped out of a little mini base, might be headed up to 390 and 475. Those are my next targets on RBBN. Rxrx exploded last week, formed the wedge. Today popped again, another 205 or 15%. 25 million traded, now looking for 22. SCHWW with strong earnings report yesterday. Today a nice follow through, but it did back off after reaching all the way up into the 68, almost 69 range. Don't forget, in mid-May, this is 46. My target now would be a test of 73.4. Upstart reaching the top of the channel after a monster move from the May low under 12 to over 61, and it backed off to 58.67, 3 points. So maybe a short-term peak in here. Momentum is strong. Eventually, it might be up in the 80s and 90s, but for now, let's wait for a better setup. VRM popped sharply, 204 to 282, finished 272 at 48 cents. 21.5%, and volume was a strong 42 million shares. It is up against resistance here, but the next target is going to be 4.5. And finally, XPEV, one of our swing trades, the Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth wave flag may be emerging. We get about 15.5. I'm looking for 17 and 20. And that's a look at some of the hot stocks at TechTrader.com. Good night, everybody.